Look, I stopped here because I want to show you something. But that is not the motorcycle itself, nor that road. That is my Android Auto device, but it's just regular one. And let me show you something. Look what I've got.
Uncle Longbeard, he revs it up, let's roll. Riding free.
A box with multifunctional audiovisual system, meaning I've got another Android Auto system, and that one should be bigger than previous one, so let's open it first and let's check it out. Hey, and hey, that should be big. Let me open that. This is my 6-inch, quite big Pixel 6 phone, and here we got the sat-nav. The good thing about it, it's mounted with RAM mount. It's got some connectors, and let's take a look what's inside the box. So we've got RAM mount to attach it to the motorcycle, and wires, and that will be it. An attachment, handlebar mount and mirror mount here. Well, let's try it on a motorcycle, shall we? We are meeting here because I've got the new SAT navigation. I mean Android Auto device, 7-inch big, from China. It's fresh, it's attached to my bike. I will show you how I've done it, and let's talk about it. And that's the old device. Yep, now you can see clearly that it's much bigger than my previous one, which was 5.5 inches. Yeah, the new one is 7, so yeah, it's massive. Definitely it doesn't fit my motorcycle well. Just look at the size of that. Well, it doesn't mean that it's ugly or something, it's just not for my bike, it's too big. However, if it would fit your bike, I think it looks great. Another thing is, there is one improvement which can be made. Instead of that butterfly screw, they could use something which is theft protected, like that one, or maybe even something locked like that one. Nevertheless, you can still buy something like that, so that's not a big issue. However, it would be nice to have it straight away from the box, because unscrewing the device and disconnecting that every single time would be stupid. Anyway, let's connect it to the bike. To connect it directly to the battery, I need to remove this seat. And now we can connect that one to the plus side and that one to the ground. Now let's connect it and let's see if that works. By the way, that connector is obviously waterproof. It's rather easy to connect it. But you can see right now that actually the device already started, so it's rather fast. Now let's dive into the settings of the device. I don't know why I started from the sound settings, because I'm listening to the sound from my Cardo Pactok speakers, not from the speakers of that device, but anyway. Bloody hell! I thought it will be quiet place. Well, it's not quiet, but let's go back to the settings. Now the languages. Yeah, obviously there is English, but there is no Polish, for fuck's sake. But anyway, let's try to connect it with my phone. There is plenty of things which you can set up, like sound settings, but let's go to... I don't know where. Let's check what that button is doing. Oh, it makes it dark. Anyway, it could be brighter and darker, as you can see, which is pretty useful. I mean in the night, because right now not really. But now let's finally connect it to my phone. Yeah, after clicking few buttons, it's finally done. It's relatively easy, to be honest, and it all went without any issues or problems. And now it's connected, and straight away we've got a map. I mean Google Maps, because I was using Google Maps. On the right hand side you can see recently used apps like Spotify. I'm not using Spotify while riding, however, for the testing purposes I was using that. And here you have all my applications which I'm using on a phone, which are working with Android Auto. Just take a look at the screen and you will see. Some most important for me are Waze and Sigic for the offline navigation. But yeah, there is plenty of others. What's more, I can use phone calls, but I don't know what for. However, there is a phone number to my wife. But I won't give you that, sorry. Going back to the navigation, right now I'm using Google Maps, and yeah, you can see what happened right now. My phone is getting hot. Okay, at the moment I was recording the video with my phone, so let's switch to something else. And now it's all good, however, you can clearly see the issue with Android phone, not the Android Auto. If you turn on too many apps at the same time, it can just overheat, and that will be the end of the navigation. Nevertheless, that wasn't a problem with the device I'm testing, it's just a problem with my personal Google phone. Yep, that's right. Google is making the phones which are overheating. Let's go back to the topic, shall we? And let's quietly enter the secret code. And let's see what's hidden there. Manufacturer is unknown. Never mind then. And now I can tell you one thing. That navigation is absolutely massive. It would be brilliant for adventure motorcycle or a touring motorcycle. Definitely not for a classic. Doesn't look good on one. But if you like it, I won't tell you it's a bad idea. And yes, I know of course that my bike is not exactly a classic. It's classically inspired, I would say. However, still, that navigation I think is slightly too big for my likings. Nevertheless, the map in front of you is rather big, it's clear, and it's really visible. And that's really important when you are going on a trip. And when you've got a big adventure bike, I think that the size of that navigation is absolutely fine and it's matching the size of your motorcycle. However, the size of my motorcycle is... No, let's just stop it. I'm not going right direction right now. I think it will make more sense for me to jump on a bike and take a ride. But you know what? I hate the sand. So let's go back to the tarmac. But first I wanted to show you beautiful Polish landscapes. What I was talking about? Navigation. So there is no issue for me to see it in bright sunlight, even in my sunglasses. So I would say, job done. Both are doing really well in that respect. However, I would say that the bigger one has got an edge here. And that, to be honest, was really bright sunny day. You couldn't have more sunshine than I had that day. And trust me, if the camera sees the screen properly, you will see it even better. And look, even on that road, that bumpy road, your phone stays safe in your pocket when you use those devices, which is absolutely great. And now look at that. It's working in the gloves, and those are just regular leather gloves. They don't have fingerprint whatever. Look at that. See? It works. Well, almost like a dream. Now, I will show you the issue with Android Auto devices on BMW when they are connected to the accessory point, not to the battery itself. Look, I'm in neutral. There is a navigation set up already. Let's press the start. And now it's starting again, which is not terrible, but it will take probably 10-15 seconds.
5 minutes later.
Yep, still nothing, but that's my old device I'm using. Not the one I should be testing in that video. But that's just an accessory point, and I believe you can just reprogram it somehow. Or maybe not, I don't know. And here you go, here it is. We can go now. Did I tell you already that I hate the sand? I really do. Anyways, going back to the topic, and I have to say, I really like the Android Auto devices. Honestly, they are really working well for me, and I will continue to use them for certain. But I'm not sure if Google Maps is the best navigation app in those conditions. So, let's make a shortcut here. And that's my decision, not the navigation. Yeah, that's better now. So let's finish that nonsense and let's say the last words. So, what do I think about that device? It's working well, it's big, it's actually massive. It works well in a gloves, so you can use it having a gloves, even regular ones. It doesn't have multi-touch though, so you can zoom in and out just pinching your fingers like that. No, you can't do it. However, it's working in any gloves, so it's fine, it's good. And I like it. It's fast, it's responsive, it's working well. No issues, no hangouts, no issues whatsoever. Well, it's working rather good. With my other device from Auto ABC, I had various issues. It was disconnecting, restarting itself. With new firmware, it was working better, but I had to reconnect my phone every single time. I started the bike, but right now it's working well. But I'm using the firmware from Ottocast. Actually, Ottocast and Auto ABC, those are the same, just the same devices, just different names. So you can basically use firmware from one another. If you want to know more about that, just message me or write me an email and I will tell you in details. But that new device is actually something different. So I don't know, probably there is another brand in China which is making the same. However, I know nothing about that at that very moment. On the other hand, you don't need to upload any new firmware into that because it's just working. No issues, no problem. It's responsive, it's fast, it's good. So, can I recommend it? Yes, of course, it's a good device and it will work well for you. Minor issues, if your phone is getting too hot in your pocket, yeah, you know what will happen, obviously. It will all turn down itself. But now, I see no other issues, at least no issues with the device itself. I see issues with my phone, not with this. So, yeah, I really recommend that. But anyway, see you in the next video. Cheers. Hey, don't forget to subscribe and give me thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. And remember, all the links and the important informations you will find in the description of the video.